Hey everyone, I wanted to wish everybody who celebrates a Merry Christmas. And I've got this nice soothing setup for you because I've got sort of some hard news to deliver, and I've got a hard request to make. And that is that I really think it's time we all get off Patreon. And I know how hard that's going to be for a lot of people. I don't judge you if you disagree and you need to stay. I understand. And I don't feel comfortable saying this knowing that it could affect people's income because it affected mine. I've been losing patrons, but we need to stand for something, and we need to show everyone that we have some principles. I think it is time, even though there is not yet a viable alternative. If you are able to do so, I think you need to get off Patreon, and I'm going to explain why in just a moment. But for anyone who's not aware, to recap, a couple weeks ago they booted James Alsop, Sargon of Akkad. They also booted Milo Yiannopoulos within a few days of him making the Patreon account. What has gotten everyone so riled up is their continued defense of what they've done and their reasons for doing so, which are incredibly hypocritical. The one that's really sticking with everyone is Sargon. Carl Benjamin is a liberal. He's center. He is someone who you can disagree with them, and I don't agree with him about everything, but he has a right to state his opinions, and he has a right to try and make some kind of income to support his family. I think the biggest, one of the things that frustrates me the most is seeing all these leftists say, well, whatever, go get a real job. Not how is someone like Sargon of Akkad supposed to go back to an office job where they hunt you down there too? They find you at work, they get you fired, they find you in your community, they get you ousted from whatever community groups you might belong to. Conservative voices, alternative voices, alternative workers. So that this isn't just affecting people like myself who want to advocate for free speech. It's affecting men and women who want to how do I put this? It's affecting sex workers. It's affecting anyone who's sort of off of the mainstream and who either for whatever reason doesn't want to make a traditional income. And don't we all have a right to make that choice? Don't we as Americans have a right to say, you know what? I don't want to work 9 to 5. I don't want to work in an office. I want to make art. And if there's people out there that love my art and support my work, why can't I try to make a living doing what I love? And part of me thinks it's really because they're all miserable cogs. They're all completely fucking miserable. And I'm sorry that I'm gonna curse, but I'm angry. I'm angry about what's happening, and YouTube has shadow banned the hell out of this channel to begin with. So what does it matter anymore if I watch my language or watch what I say or watch what I do? It doesn't matter. You try to play the game, you try to skirt that line, right in between getting completely banned and just getting shadow banned. There's no point. There's no point in trying to play by their rules anymore. They've already made it really clear that their own rules don't apply to them. So why should they apply to us? So that little rant aside, it's all just coming to the conclusion that it's time for me to delete my Patreon, and that's not the big news I'm trying to share. I'm really moving away from those videos where you do that big announcement like everybody needs to know that you've done this or you've done that, and I say that with complete awareness that that is exactly why people are watching this channel right now, because I made one of those videos. But I am not here to make some big announcement about deleting my Patreon. I'm here to make a case for everyone else to do it by telling you why I'm doing it. So if you've been following this on Twitter, if you've been following me on Twitter or Gab, you know that I've been all over this story. One of the best independent journalists covering this right now is Tim Pool. I've recommended him before in the past, but I highly recommend him right now. If you're interested in this story, you should go check out the things he's been doing. But what made me decide to finally delete it was some tweets that I came by this morning between Nuance Bro and a few others. If you don't follow him, he's on YouTube. He's pretty good. Don't agree with everything he says, but he's seems like a decent guy. I'm not super familiar with his channel. It's probably I could be or you know. So if I don't know, but I've watched a few of his videos before. He's got some really good conversations with people. He got on Twitter and has been trying to get an answer from Patreon about why they're violating their own policies by kicking off Sargon. And the response is what has made me finally decide enough is enough, I'm done. What they explained to him, and I will include links to those tweets down below, but their explanation was that one of the reasons they decided to ban Sargon was because of what happened between him and Anita Sarkeesian at VidCon. If you're not familiar with that, he attended a panel that Anita was speaking at, and he didn't do anything. He was just sitting there. She took it upon herself to call him out from the stage. It was all on her. He did nothing wrong. He was just attending an event. She called him out. And somehow, just by him attending an event that he wasn't welcome at, that is somehow justification for kicking him off Patreon. So that is why I believe it's time for us to leave. Because let's just summarize what Patreon believes right now. They believe, even though their own terms of service state that they're only watching what you do on their platform, they've decided that they can watch you on any platform that you might use in order to make income via Patreon. But in addition to that, they can also watch you on any other channel you might appear on, because let's make that very clear. Initially, their reason for banning Sargon was because of a conversation he was having on someone else's channel. He was making no money off of that appearance. He was talking to some white supremacists and got frustrated. Do I agree with the way he chose to insult them? No. But by their own terms of service, did he deserve to get banned? No. So there's that that was their explanation a few days ago. But now they're saying that they could ban you if they don't like something that you do in real life. So I want everyone to understand the implications of that. They're policing your behavior, not just online, but in reality. They want to control you. They want to control everything you do and everything you say. And if you don't let them, or if you don't fall in line with whatever notion they have of how you should be conducting yourself in your life, they can strip your income away. If you're on this platform and you're applauding this, I don't know what to say about you. I don't know what that makes you as a human being. That you're okay with a company watching you online, on other channels you visit, and in real life. They're policing your activities. Does everyone understand that? They're policing you. So I'm done. I'm out. It's not just about free speech anymore. It's not just about a right to speak. It's about this insane violation of my privacy, of my trust, of everything that I think we should be standing for as Americans. So as difficult as it's going to be for a lot of people, I really think we need to get off this platform. It's reached a level of pure insane authoritarianism, and it's not okay. They do not get to do that with my life. They don't get to do that with my money. So I will figure it out. I hope all of you consider figuring it out and getting the fuck off Patreon. Get off. It's not okay. What they're doing is not okay. So yeah, that's where I'm gonna leave it. Dropping some F-bombs in a Christmas message, but I don't know what to say or do at this point. I don't know how to get through to people that these corporations, they don't care about you. They don't give a shit about you, your life, what you're trying to do, your message. They don't care. They care about their own pockets, their own wallets. They care about their own echo chambers. They care about surrounding themselves with people that agree with them. So if you agree with Patreon watching everything you do, if you agree with them stripping away the income of people who have opinions they don't like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I think maybe you need to do some self-reflection and think about why something like that would be okay with you, because it's not okay with me, and I really hope there's a lot of people out there that agree with me. It's time to leave. It's time to delete Patreon, and I'll be doing that right now.